Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a lot of Modern Warfare 2 news to go over. We have some news that affects the game currently as it is right now, and then we have news that's going to be affecting the game going forward as we enter year 2. As you guys know, Modern Warfare 2 is set to be the first ever 2-year Call of Duty title, and what's going to be happening in year 2 is actually really interesting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. First things first, Modern Warfare 2 continues to smash franchise records as the new blockbuster has crossed 1 billion in worldwide sell-through through the first 10 days from its release on October 28th, 2022. The new mark tops the previous franchise record of 15 days set in 2012 by Black Ops 2. So Modern Warfare 2 made $1 billion already. It took them 10 days, the fastest we've ever seen in the Call of Duty franchise. The second fastest was Black Ops 2 once again back in 2012. So that's really interesting considering the fact that Modern Warfare 2 itself doesn't even completely work. There's lots of missing features, lots of bugs, lots of problems, but the game itself is ridiculously popular, as is the Modern Warfare franchise in general. So that's just the very nature of things, man. If you're somebody that's kind of like unhappy with some of the changes that are being made for Modern Warfare 2, you think of the idea of skill-based matchmaking, perhaps. You maybe think of the fact that there's no combat record, no leaderboard, no stat tracking, none of that, like lots of missing features. Well, the general public doesn't seem to care because it's got Modern Warfare in the name and it generates lots of money, man. We're talking about 10 base multiplayer maps. We're talking about no prestige mode, no progression outside of weapon camos, and still it's the fastest selling Call of Duty game in the history of the franchise, which, just for context, the other day, Call of Duty 4, the game I personally started out with, turned 15 years old. The franchise as a whole is like 23 years old at this point, and they're still breaking records when it comes to sales. That is absolutely insane. Now, this, of course, is coming straight from Activision and Business Wire, but at the very bottom of this, we see the incredible momentum driving Modern Warfare 2 is a direct reflection of the energy and passion of the Call of Duty community. As we look ahead to an unprecedented level of support for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2's launch next week, we are motivated to deliver again for the best player community in the world. So a little bit of pandering right there. I'm not sure COD fans are necessarily the best player community in the world. It's actually toxic as hell. Since I'm not streaming, right? I used to stream COD all the time, but as a result, I always kept my voice chat off, right? Because the things that are said in COD lobbies are not exactly Twitch friendly, right? But now that I'm not streaming, and I may go back to streaming in the future, but for right now, I'm just kind of chilling, just kind of playing the game with my friends and whatever. But I turned game chat back on. You know, they can't hear me, but I can hear them, and good God, the amount of nonsense I've heard in the past couple of days. The COD player base is toxic as all shit. But what they said right there, this is coming from Johanna Ferez, I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's the general manager of Call of Duty, who says that we're going to be looking forward to an unprecedented level of support for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. And that's really interesting to me because so far we've gotten virtually no support for Modern Warfare 2, but it kind of goes to this idea, and I suppose the player community, you and I, kind of just our theory that Season 1 is going to be like the full launch of Modern Warfare 2. If you guys don't know, it is set to begin on November 16th, so give it about 10 days or so. That apparently is going to be like the full launch of the game. That's when the Battle Pass is going to show up. That's when new multiplayer maps are going to show up. That's when Warzone 2 and DMZ are going to show up, and hopefully all the other missing features that just simply are not part of Modern Warfare 2 as of right now. Hopefully, like, the full game, essentially, is going to be coming out right about then. But then we have to wonder about the full future of the game, right? It's going to be a 2-year game. Traditionally, Call of Duty over the past couple of years has 5 or 6 seasons. In there, we have a battle pass every season. We get new maps, we get new guns. But 2 years, right? We had those previous rumors that they were going to essentially be remastering the entirety of the original Modern Warfare 2 and putting it as year 2 content for this version of Modern Warfare 2. You know, there's so many leaks, so many rumors going around. We really don't know what is going to be happening. And then today, Jason Schreier came out to give us some more information. So Charlie Intel puts out this tweet right here, and the highlight says, with plans for next year including the most robust Call of Duty live operations to date, the next full premium release in the blockbuster annual series, and even more engaging free-to-play experiences across platforms. So the idea was like, wait a minute, are they actually releasing a full premium COD title in 2023? Like, are we getting a full actual like Sledgehammer Games COD in 2023 with Treyarch releasing their game in 2023? 2024. We were all confused by this wording, and Jason Schreier comes out and says that we're falling for the same PR language. The update, the premium release for 2023, is going to be a continuation of Modern Warfare 2. It's called a full premium release because they're going to market and sell it as a $70 game with new single and multiplayer content, but it's going to be simply more Modern Warfare 2. He then goes on to say, let me make this super clear. The next game by Treyarch is coming out in 2024. Next year, there will be a Modern Warfare 2 quote-unquote premium, which means paid, expansion by Sledgehammer Games. It's supposed to have lots of content. Maybe that's why they're calling it a full release, but it's more Modern Warfare 2. So if you guys thought that we were going to be getting essentially like 10 to 12 straight seasons of Modern Warfare 2, and they were all going to be free with battle passes and free multiplayer maps and free multiplayer weapons, you're wrong. And this is Activision we're talking about here, right? In year 2, and we already heard about the leaks and rumors that were suggesting that we're going to be getting paid campaign DLC add-ons. Well, it turns out the multiplayer add-ons are also going to cost actual money. So a good example of this, I'm a huge WoW nerd. Maybe some of you guys didn't know that about me, but I've been playing World of Warcraft for over a decade now. And the thing about that game is every couple of years they release a brand new expansion. The expansion is still World of Warcraft, but it adds on to the game, new zones, new raids, new levels, and things like that. And I think the same thing is going to be happening to Call of Duty, but apparently Infinity Ward is not even going to be heading it, which I find really weird because Sledgehammer is going to be heading it, according to Jason Schreier. So what is Infinity Ward working on? Are they working on Modern Warfare 3 in the future? Like, why wouldn't Infinity Ward be heading the post-launch content for their game? From what we know right now, Raven Software is basically the ones that, take care of Warzone. So you would think that Infinity Ward sure is going to be helping out with Warzone, but they're not going to be heading it like they did the full release of Modern Warfare 2. So is Infinity Ward going to be, after year 1, nose to the grindstone on their next full premium Call of Duty release and just basically passing Modern Warfare 2 off to Sledgehammer Games so they can then release the battle passes and the new multiplayer map remakes and the brand new multiplayer maps themselves? Like, how is that going to work? And also, $70 for an expansion to a COD title. I've said so many times, we are in unprecedented territory when it comes to the COD franchise, because I wonder how the player base is going to react to paying a full premium to an update to an existing Call of Duty game. Now, for me personally, just based on what we know so far, these are just very early impressions, but I like that idea on paper because you guys know me. I'm all about progression. I'm all about getting invested in the games that you purchase and actually feeling like you're working towards something and earning things within the game that you're playing. And the idea of, instead of everything I'm doing right now becoming completely irrelevant in 1 year as we move on to the next Call of Duty title, the idea of taking all the stuff I've already done in 2022 with Modern Warfare 2 and then having that carry over into a full expansion of the game, which includes a bunch more maps, a bunch more guns, a bunch more everything. That actually sounds interesting. That sounds like a cool idea to me because it makes me feel like what I'm working towards is not just completely pointless. One of the big problems for the Call of Duty life cycle for me personally is about 6 months in, I kind of just check out. And the reason why is not necessarily because the game's getting worse or that I'm burnt out on the game or anything like that, but it's mostly because we start talking about the new game, we start getting leaks and rumors for the new game, we start getting the betas and the alphas and things like that, and before we know it, it just feels like everything about the current game is old news and it's irrelevant and who cares? It's gonna be dead in a couple of months, the next game's coming. So the first few months of a COD cycle is usually really fun. We call it the honeymoon phase. We really enjoy playing it, but then after the new year starts and after we play for a little bit, we get a few seasons in, we all kind of go, okay, well, the game's pretty much over. We already have a couple of seasons under our belt. There's a couple more seasons coming, but so's the next Call of Duty title, and then we all just start looking forward to that as compared to enjoying the game that's actually there. With the idea of a Call of Duty expansion, and right now leaks and rumors are suggesting that they will be following suit in 2024 with Treyarch's next game, which is rumored to be Black Ops 5, with the idea of having a 2-year life cycle for these games. Games with a massive paid expansion in year 2 as compared to releasing a full premium game, I feel as though the games themselves are going to benefit and fans are actually going to get more invested in those games as they play them for multiple years in a row with new content coming the entire time. Now, the big problem and the big question, and again, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this down there in the comments, is how will the player base react to this? Because we're used right now to getting free seasons, free DLC multiplayer weapons, free DLC multiplayer maps, even technically free battle passes if you just play through them and get all the COD points from them. We're used to that system right now. So when it comes time for this big paid premium expansion, will there be enough content in the expansion to warrant the initial price tag of Modern Warfare 2? Because when you buy a game like Modern Warfare 2, you're getting all the base content at launch, you got the campaign, you have multiplayer, you have spec ops, but you're also buying that first year's worth of premium support, you know, free multiplayer maps, again, free multiplayer guns, updates, and all that, right? What are we going to be getting in year 2 that is going to warrant that same price tag? Because if we don't get the exact same amount of content, people are going to say that it's just simply not worth it, right? So I'm interested to see how the player base is going to react. Of course, we are about a year away. We're talking next October, next November, before we even start really properly getting news and proper releases for this. So we'll have to wait and see how things are going to play out. But just right now, based on what we know so far, that is the news. You know, that is what is going to be happening to Modern Warfare 2. And it's really interesting. So of course, I made the video here today. Now, as we get closer here towards the very end of the video, I would like to say, for the first time in a long time, didn't make a video in the past 2 days. And there's no real reason why. I'm just burnt out and tired. That's pretty much it. My sleep schedule has been pretty much terrible since Modern Warfare 2 came out. I've been playing the game till like 6 a.m. with my buddies. I'll do a video on this, but man, I got like gold on the riot shield, did gold on the knife, got platinum on the shotguns. Like, I've been grinding the game pretty hard, and I'm just pretty much brain dead from staying up too late and then not getting enough sleep. And yeah, so the upload streak has ended. I started it back in July, but yeah, I'm going to continue to make videos virtually every single day and continuing to make content for you guys. But at the same time, it is nice to just have a day off or even a weekend off and just be able to play the game or go spend time with a girlfriend or just get outside my house and go touch grass. That's enjoyable as well. So just wanted to cover that here quickly at the end of the video, because I know some of you guys are wondering. I saw some tweets and some comments on my videos. That's it. Really nothing big, but I hope you guys all enjoyed this video here today. Leave your thoughts and feedback on all of this news down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.